What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. Hey, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips and advice of mine on how to perform a little bit under pressure in Destiny. Now, Trials of Osiris here is a good example. And well, I get one pick, I'm last man standing, got one pick on bridge. I wrap around to get a different vantage point, but the problem is looking uphill with no land is a little bit difficult because the sites are so busy down south. So I missed the revive snipe and the snipe on the reviver, so it's time to bug out. Now, right now I'm looking at one specific area of the screen. I'm looking at my super cooldown. I'm also looking at my grenade and melee energy and my ammo counters. So anytime you have to sort of regroup and make an approach 1v3, that's the first thing you're going to want to look at. Now here I am kind of posted up high, trying to get a nice angle. And so I move up, but then I notice something. Check out this radar. So radar's lit up. I have a guy at my 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. They're collapsing on me, so I have to move now. So anytime that happens, you just need to punch a hole in one of those three directions. So I push forward, and radar awareness tells me where the other two guys are, that they were collapsing on me. That was the last possible second that I could have moved forward. I get the kill in front of me, and then instantly turn to engage the other two. Super energy is full. I knew it would be if I got a kill or two, so I was ready to drop that Nova, which is why I jumped up in the air to engage the final guy. So make sure you are keeping an eye on your counters and cooldowns so you know what you have to work with, what's at your disposal for that 1v3. Now here's an interesting scenario. It's 4-4. This is game 9. Mercy is used, and we're trying to get a guy who's never been to the lighthouse. We're trying to get him there. So we are communicating. Apollosaurus, my teammate, lets me know that he's pushing up with the super, so I go in behind him. But then things kind of go a little bit downhill, and now I'm last man standing in a 1v1. I got a skip grenade on me. I throw the Axion Bolt out to try and give me some room to work with. But this guy comes around the corner and drops a Nova, and I'm jumping on the other side of cover, which works out really, really well. But now I'm going to play it kind of slow. I'm keeping an eye on my super energy, which is getting there, but I'm going to play it slow as I come up around. I'm actually going to let him get the revive, because I'd rather go 1v2 with a Nova than to peek out against this guy, and then maybe potentially have to go 1v2 with overshielded opponents after I've already exposed myself. So it works out swimmingly. This is how the card ends and how we clutch out the first time flawless for our teammate.
Yo! Let's go! Let's go! Yes!
Jeez, man.
Holy
I swear
cow.
to Bob. I was just trying to play slow enough to get that Nova up. I threw it the very second that super came available.
So keeping an eye on that super energy is hugely important. Also, your use of cover is very, very important. Even when you're actually in close proximity to your opponents, you can use cover in very easy ways. Just basically, anytime you use cover to break line of sight, what you do is you force the opponent to make a decision. So when you break line of sight, it creates a sense of at least brief security. A lot of times, as soon as you break line of sight, people will go for revives. People will try and they'll hesitate. They're like, well, what do I do? Do I push? Do I go over the cover? Do I go around the corner? So, for example, this is an instance where this whole scenario goes downhill pretty quick. I get the first pick, and we're 3v2. But then as we push forward, these guys got control of the center area and take down both of my teammates. So now I'm in a 1v3. So here's what I'm going to do. This wall to my left, I'm just going to use this as a means of breaking line of sight. So I'm going to strafe in and out, left to right, left to right, left to right, and break line of sight, and then sidestep back in, sidestep back out, sidestep back in, sidestep back out, throw out a grenade, sidestep in, out, etc., etc., etc. And anytime you do that, when you break line of sight, it adds this, a factor of the unknown for your opponent. They don't know, is he reloading? Now they can't see your yellow super energy bar around your numbers. So they're like, well, did he get a super up? I don't know. So breaking line of sight is a very easy tactic that kind of helps add that sense of unknown for your opponents, and it forces them to make a decision. So that's one of the things that you can do regularly is break line of sight. So here's another instance where I'm last man standing. It's 1v2. But I can see on my radar I'm getting pinched from behind. So like I said in the first play, you got to punch a hole in one direction or the other. So I push forward, I take that guy out, I'm primed, so I back up. I'm going to bait him into the revive because I'm looking at my super energy, and then I get the kill on him. I know that now I've got a Nova up. As soon as I take this first guy out, I'm going to drop it. So make sure that you're keeping an eye on that radar. When you are last man standing, when you're under pressure, your radar is going to be one of the most helpful things, if not the most helpful thing, to help you figure out what you ought to do. So anytime that you're starting to get surrounded, anytime you're dawdling anywhere, they're going to start, smart players are going to collapse on you. So your job is to wait for them to get into position to collapse, and your window's kind of small there. You gotta wait for them to get into position to collapse on you, and you have to punch a hole in one of the directions that they're coming at you from, be it 2 guys collapsing or 3 guys collapsing. And that goes even for 6s if trials isn't your jam. Anytime you're in the 6v6 playlist, a lot of times you're gonna get surrounded. And the only way out of those scenarios is to punch a hole in one of the directions that you're getting pushed from. So push, you might die, yeah, but you might get one of the kills in one of the directions. That could either be your way out or a means of generating energy. A lot of classes have the ability to generate energy for various abilities, including your super, obviously, on kills. So hopefully some of that's been helpful, guys, and hopefully you can have a little success when you're getting surrounded and pushed on and you're under that pressure. So alright guys, I will catch you in the Crucible.